chapter 2, verse 17. And when they had seen it, they made known abroad the saying which was told them concerning this child.
Today I'm going to read a story to you that's actually a true story. It was originally published in the December 1982 issue of Women's Day magazine. It was the first place winner out of thousands of entries in the magazine's My Most Moving Holiday Tradition contest. Readers were asked to share their favorite holiday tradition and the story behind it, and this is how this story goes. It's just a small white envelope stuck among the branches of our Christmas tree. No name, no identification, no inscription. It has peeked through the branches of our tree for the past 10 years or so. It all began because my husband Mike hated Christmas. Not the true meaning of Christmas, but the commercial aspects of it. Overspending, the frantic running around at the last minute for a tie for Uncle Harry, and the dusting power for Grandma. The gifts given in desperation because you couldn't think of anything else. Knowing he felt this way, I decided one year to bypass the usual shirts, sweaters, ties, and so forth. I reached for something special just for Mike. The inspiration came in an unusual way. Our son Kevin, who was 12 that year, was wrestling at the junior level at the school he attended, and shortly before Christmas there was a non-league match against a team sponsored by an inner-city church. These youngsters, dressed in sneakers so ragged that shoestrings seemed to be the only thing holding them together, presented a sharp contrast to our boys in their spiffy blue and gold uniforms and sparkling new wrestling shoes. As the match began, I was alarmed to see that the other team was wrestling without headgear, a kind of helmet designed to protect a wrestler's ears. It was a luxury the ragtag team obviously could not afford. Well, we ended up walloping them. We took every weight class. And as each of their boys got up from the mat, he swaggered around in his tatters and false bravado, a kind of street pride that couldn't acknowledge defeat. Mike, seated next to me, shook his head sadly. "I wish just one of them could have won," he said. "They have a lot of potential, but losing like this might take the heart completely out of them." Mike loved kids, all kids, and he knew them, having coached Little League football, baseball, and lacrosse. That's when the idea for his present came. That afternoon, I went to a local sporting goods store and bought an assortment of wrestling headgear and shoes and sent them anonymously to the inner-city church. On Christmas Eve, I placed the envelope on the tree, the note inside telling Mike what I had done and that this was his gift from me. His smile was the brightest thing about Christmas that year and in succeeding years. For each Christmas, I followed the tradition. One year sending a group of mentally handicapped children to a hockey game, another year sending a check to a couple of elderly brothers whose house had burned down the week before Christmas, and on and on. The envelope became the highlight of our Christmas. It was always the last thing opened on Christmas morning, and our children, ignoring their new toys, would stand with wide-eyed anticipation as their dad lifted the envelope from the tree to reveal its contents. As the children grew, the toys gave way to more practical presents, but the envelope never lost its allure. But the story doesn't end there. You see, we lost Mike last year due to cancer. When Christmas rolled around, I was still so wrapped in grief that I barely got the tree up. But Christmas Eve found me placing an envelope on the tree, and in the morning it was joined by 3 more. Each of our children, unbeknownst to each other, had placed an envelope on the tree for their dad. The tradition has grown, and someday will expand even further with our grandchildren standing to take down the envelope. Mike's spirit, like the Christmas spirit, will always be with us.
Beneath the star was a child so small, with no shadow.